Hello everybody! I've got a huge announcement for you guys, and it may or may not have something to do with my shirt. Stick around until the end of this video to hear some super exciting news and possibly win some cool prizes. First, let's talk about writing myths, shall we? There are lots of generalizations floating around about the writing community, and it puzzles me. You know we're not all exactly the same, right? But apparently people have some really interesting stereotypes about us. So let's dissect them. The stereotypes, not the people. Just to be clear. This topic is dedicated to one of my patrons over on Patreon, Chris Carlisle. Christopher, you are one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. Oh yeah. Chris wanted to hear the misconceptions regular old civilians have about us writerly folk, so I'm here to break down the top 10 myths about writers. Number 1, you just can't make a living as a writer. This might be the dumbest myth on the list because there is so much evidence that suggests otherwise. Yes, it's very hard to make writing a career. There's lots of competition, lots of struggle, and even if you surpass all of that, you still might not make it. But that doesn't mean it's impossible. There are authors everywhere who are living off their writing. There are tons of hurdles to mount before making writing a full-time job. But hurdles are not walls. Just because something's difficult doesn't mean it's hopeless. Number 2, all writers are shy, timid introverts. Hello. Let me start off by saying, yes, a lot of writers are introverts, and yes, I'm one of them. But not all introverts are quiet, withering flowers. Being introverted simply means you gain your energy from being alone. You need your you time to recharge. This describes me perfectly, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm loud and blunt and talkative. And believe it or not, some writers are ambiverts and extroverts. They do exist, I promise. Number 3, you gotta be a tortured artist to produce quality writing. There is a stereotype that many creatives suffer from mental illness. And that might be kinda true. But having a mental illness doesn't mean you have to suffer, and it certainly doesn't mean you have to be tortured in order to write a good book. I get to some degree where this myth comes from. People who have endured great hardship tend to be more empathetic, and empathy is pivotal to creating compelling art. But have you tried writing a book in the thick of depression? It's a nightmare. And worse, this myth prevents people from seeking treatment. There are lots of creatives who are afraid to pursue therapy or medication because they think it'll kill their creativity. But I've been medicated for a while and my creativity hasn't changed at all. Plus, I'm happier, more productive, more successful, and I don't want to die, which is nice. Number 4, every author's goal is a movie deal. The benefit of a movie deal is obvious. Money. You're set for life. But this myth's pretty stupid because it overlooks basic common sense. If this person's hoping to create a movie, wouldn't they become a screenwriter as opposed to a novelist? Thinking is hard. And yeah, some authors dream of a movie deal, but even more really couldn't give a shit. Because if a movie was their #1 priority, they would just write one. Logic. Number 5, piss off a writer and you'll die in their book. This is something I hear a lot of people saying, mostly within beginner and amateur writing circles. I'm not saying it never happens. I'm just saying I don't know any professional authors who actually do this. Creating a character takes work, and killing a character typically serves a plot-related purpose. Who's gonna go through all this trouble just because someone hurt their feelings? On top of that, being written into a novel is an honor, even if you're being killed off. That means this person matters to you in some way so much, you decided to immortalize them. It's not exactly gonna stick it to the person in the way you were hoping. If anything, it'll just stroke their ego. Number 6, all books are wish fulfillment and all MCs are self-inserts. This one always gets me because holy shit, have you seen the world some writers create? Who the fuck would fantasize about living in a dystopian society, or being enslaved or eaten by demons? And sure, some authors do write wish fulfillment and some MCs are self-inserts, but just because one person does it doesn't mean the rest of us are guilty too. My MC almost dies on a daily basis. I don't want to live that life. My life is good. I stay in my PJs all day, I write stories, I got a hot fiance. My wishes are fulfilled already. Thank you very much. Number 7, all successful authors have rituals. Rituals? Are we writing books or summoning Satan? Some creatives have rituals that help get them in the zone, but most of us just sit down, shut up, and write. And sometimes I'll see lists of famous author rituals, and these rituals look a hell of a lot more like basic everyday life. He can't start writing without his cup of coffee. I can't even form a coherent sentence without a cup of coffee. That's not a fucking ritual, that's just survival. Look, if you gotta tug on your ear or recite a poem or bathe in virgin blood before writing, that's cool. I just don't really think it's as popular as people make it out to be. Number 8, everything's a symbol. Or maybe the curtains are yellow just because they're yellow. I'm an author who enjoys creating symbols and themes, and even I'm stunned when readers come to me complimenting my symbols that weren't actually symbols, or the foreshadowing that wasn't actually foreshadowing. It's great when people get invested in a story. Nothing makes me more excited than seeing people devour my books. But sometimes the pink dress isn't a symbol for female genitalia or blossoming womanhood. Sometimes it's just a dress that I thought was pretty. Number 9, all writers are jaded. This goes hand in hand with the tortured artist. A lot of people think writers are the grown-up version of high school emo kids. We hate life, we hate people, we hate trends, we hate dogs, we hate lamps. Don't get me wrong, I do hate people, but I actually kind of love my life. The only thing I'm bitter about is the fact that my house is out of mac and cheese, and that's not fair. I'm sure there are a bunch of jaded writers out there, but you don't gotta lump us all together. And number 10, all writers come out of the womb writing. First of all, that is humanly impossible, and it would really hurt your mom's vagina. Second, yeah, maybe some writers know they want to write at a very young age, but many don't. Not everyone has their life figured out in kindergarten. There are plenty of people who discover their passion for writing in adulthood. This doesn't make them less of a writer than someone who's been doing it for ages, and it certainly doesn't make them less talented. A writer is someone who writes. It doesn't matter if they've been doing it for 2 years or 10. They just gotta put their fingers on the keyboard and make the words. So that's all I got for you. A huge thank you to Chris Carlisle for requesting this topic. You are awesome. If you'd like the chance to have a video dedicated to you, or if you want access to tons of other prizes, check me out on Patreon. I got the link listed below. Speaking of prizes, let's get to the good stuff. You guys have been asking for merch for a long time. You wanted Cyborg stuff, you wanted But Jenna, and now I am thrilled to announce that my merch store has officially launched. Want mugs? I got mugs. Want t-shirts? I got t-shirts. There's hoodies, tank tops, pajamas, travel mugs. But Jenna! The link is listed below. Go ahead and check it out. There are over 70 products to choose from. But wait, there's more. In order to celebrate the launch of my merch store, I am hosting a giveaway. 3 lucky winners will receive either a mug or a t-shirt from my store. You can pick whatever design you want. All you have to do is enter the giveaway listed below, provide your email address, and if you follow me on Twitter, it increases your odds of winning. This giveaway is live right now and it closes in 1 week, so get to entering. But wait, there's more! Still, there can only be 3 winners, but every single person who enters will receive a special gift from me just for participating. And it's a big one. Click the link, enter now. Whether you win or not, you'll still be walking away with a prize. With that said, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I post new videos on Wednesdays, and if you want to be alerted as soon as I upload, ring that little bell down below. My book is still available in ebook and paperback on Amazon right now. You can also order a signed copy. Links are listed below as well. And be sure to follow me on social media. I'm on Instagram, Tumblr, Facebook, and of course, you can tweet me at Jenna Moreci. Bye!